Hi, this is Ben with Accura Outdoors, and today we're going to review the Caldwell Chronograph G2. It's also on our website right now for a giveaway, so we're going to kind of explain what it is and what it can do.
All right, so we've used quite a few chronographs here. We have some CEDs, we have a lab radar. I've used a Chrony brand chronograph. I've used a packed chronograph. They all have good chronographs. I like them all. I've kind of landed on this one for a couple of reasons, which I'll show you as we get later in the video. This is the box it comes in. You open up the box, this bag comes out like this. I really like this bag. It's handy, it's nice. They give you a bag to store everything in. I store all our chronographs under the shooting bench when we're not using them, so it keeps them nice and clean and ready to go. A lot of the other chronographs, if you want a bag, you have to buy it additionally. So just kind of a quick what's in here. You get a tripod, which it's a decent tripod. It's not a great tripod. The disadvantage that I don't like about this tripod is the way the head rotates. It has little cogs that lock it in place, so you can't quite sometimes get a perfect angle on it. You have to adjust the feet to get your angles there a little bit. It makes it a little bit complicated to set up, but once it's set up, it runs flawlessly. The screens, you have the tripod adapter, which the screens mount to. They'll go on the end of here. The screens come with lighting, so for like us in an indoor range, you need lighting, and it's very nice. They come on, so you know that they're there, versus a lot of the other ones that will have little lights or nothing. You'll just have to guess that they're on some of them. It's a nice setup. And then you have the main unit. What's really cool about this is it's battery powered. It's got a rechargeable battery that goes in here. It actually took me a little while to realize that because I don't read instructions very often. So I had it hooked up and I'm like, well, this is stupid. The charging cable goes right through your shooting zone. And then I realized that it's a battery. So it's actually really cool. I don't know the specs on the battery. I think it's a couple hours with the lights on and a few hours with the lights off for outside, but that's really neat on there. The other really cool thing that I will show you later in a minute, because I forgot my iPad in the other room, is they have an app that you link to. So for us, when we're doing BC testing, we can set this down at the end of the range at 100 yards down there, and we can link it back here, and we don't have to try and guess what's going on. It just links to our devices. We can see exactly what it is. You can save each string. You can take a picture of it with that string, save it off. That's a really cool feature that I like on that side of it. So we have one here that I used previously. As what happens sometimes with chronographs, especially when they're downrange, you shoot them. So this is a new one that we've got here. So I've already got the tripod and the base set up here. I'm just going to quickly set up this new one just to kind of show you how simple it is. These just lock on the back there. Guess I need to tighten that down a little bit better. So those just lock on the back there, and then we slide them on the front there. That part's on. These are really simple. There's a input on either side, so it doesn't matter which way you put those on. You know, screen facing forward, these just slide in there, like so. Plug it in. Slide on there like so. Plug it in, and we're ready to go. And this one should have a charge. So we'll push the power button. See, you can see it's coming on there. It's going through its checkup. We'll turn the lights on. Like I said, you can see they're visible lights, so you know they're on. The upside down chronograph from the traditional chronograph, as you can see in the background there, it is kind of nice. You're less likely to shoot your chronograph, even though it still happens. But it gives you more of a shooting zone here for where you're putting it. I'll show you kind of a trick that I use for setting up the chronograph here in just a minute when we get it set up. But that's the basics of it. It'll display it on here on the screen or on your app, whichever one you like. And then again, it breaks down and goes back into its bag when it's all done. So we're going to take a minute and we're going to get set up. We'll show you kind of how to set up, and we'll show you it in action. Alright, so we're going to set up the chronograph now. So as you can see, there's no bolt in the gun. You might be able to, if you get through it, you'll see all the way down through there. There's no magazine in the gun, so the gun is completely clear. So we're going to set the gun in here, and then we're going to use a laser bore sighter. We're going to put it in the end of the barrel, turn it on, and so now I'm going to have Ben get behind the gun. Looks like our battery's dying. I'm going to have Ben get behind the gun. He's going to sight in at 100 yards where we want to shoot at. We're not sure where this gun's sighted in because it's a test gun depending on what we use, but what the laser bore sighter will give us a rough trajectory of the bullet at 10 feet. So we're going to use that to set up our chronograph. So Ben, go ahead and get behind the gun. Okay. So we have on our floor marked roughly where the chronograph is going to go. And then we're going to use a piece of paper to see that that should be where our bullet travels at 10 feet. So now we're just going to try and center it the best we can within the ratio of the chronograph, which doesn't look too bad. Maybe just come to me just a little bit. It's not too bad right there. So I'm going to turn the chronograph on, turn the lights on. And now we are good to start testing. Okay, so we've got it all set up. We've used our laser bore sighter to kind of get us close, and so we're gonna now shoot and see how it works. So I pulled up the app here on my phone to kind of show the different options you have there. So we can start a new group, and now we can add a description in. It'll pull the temperature, the barometric pressure on there. We're inside a tunnel, so we don't get the best service. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It'll give you all your different variables there, and then you can even add a picture on here once you're done, so it all loops together. So now we're gonna put this gun back together, and we're gonna see how it works. So you can see that we got a read down there, but because I forgot to push start on here, as Ben did, it wasn't reading them. So we're gonna do it again and show you how the app works. So as you can see on here, it after we push start, it read our shots there. Gives us our average, our standard deviation, min, max, spread, all of that on there. So now we can save the group, and now we can go in here and we can look at it anytime we want to. And as you can see, I have some saved in here from previous, and there you can see a picture that's added to it. So that's what it looks like. When you're on the home screen, the reason I push the start button is because when you're on the home screen, it automatically registers them. You don't have to push the start. And so I forget sometimes that when you have a group in there, you have to actually tell it when to start and stop. So that's the Caldwell chronograph. We really like it. It's been a good chronograph so far. Tell us what you think and what chronographs you guys use.
All right, so got done with all the testing. Really appreciate the review and really knowledgeable for me. So if I ever start doing load testing, definitely look into buying one of these. Now, if you guys are interested in getting one of these, we are giving one away. Just got to go on our website. We'll have a link below, and all you got to do is, if you're already a customer, use points that you've earned, and each point is one entry to the giveaway. You can enter as many times as you want, and Just let us know what you'd like to see us give away next and review. So stay safe, and I'll see you on the range.